Just me. Buenos dias, my loves, mi amores. We survive another day. We roll into a brand new day. It's Thursday. I only know how to say Wednesday on Espanol, and that is mercredi, right? Isn't it mercredi? Oh, what a beautiful day. Welcome, Napplers, to the beautiful morning mics here on this Thursday, October 16th. My youngest one turns 21 tomorrow. Ooh, the calm before the storm. We got a Sprinter van picking up her and like 7 friends from college. They're going to be loaded up with tequilas and beers and whatever. And then they're coming into me and the 2 older girls and their mother, Sydney, and oh my God, my nephew is coming up. There's like 14 of us, and we're going out I'm going to get killed on this. Please, Steve, send me money. I mean, it's going to be crazy, but so fun. We're going line dancing. Okay, there's an unbelievable country bar in Hollywood called Desert 5, and we're going line dancing. And, we've got a booth, a big section with like bottle service and all that. And we're going to do country line dancing, y'all. But I ain't going to drink any alcohol right now. Right now, I just can't drink alcohol. Last night, I survived going to my golf club, which is like the biggest, it's social. Let's say that. Sat with an old buddy of mine, catching up. You know, my buddy is, you'd love this guy. I was sat with one of my best friends. He was Hoover in Animal House. Take that in. Jamie Widows. Hoover from Animal. I state your name. Yeah. Widows. And he was the director, became a sitcom director, and has had a tremendous career on that front. He directed 2.5 Men. So like the Charlie Sheen stories, I actually brought them together years ago. They had it, it was rough. Charlie kind of went off the reservation, which kind of screwed the rest of the cast. And part of the director's job is to go to the trailer and be like, dink, dink, dink. Hey, dude, you got to come out. You got to be normal. You got to film. There's lots of people here. So there was tension there when Charlie was going through his stuff. And then Charlie got sober, and 2 years into his sobriety, I called him and I said, Charlie, come have dinner with me and Jamie Widows at his house. He'd like to see you. And so I brokered, Trump, it's not just Trump brokering the peace deals. I brokered Charlie and his old director, and the 3 of us had a cigar and a beautiful steak. When I was talking to Charlie Sheen about it, what stuns me is his what he did to himself, his mind. He remembers every single detail. He's like, I remember Jamie burned the steak, and I remember it was Cleveland versus it was Cleveland Browns versus Pittsburgh Steelers, Jamie's team, and it was the day that Myles Garrett took a rush and knocked out the quarterback, Randolph, and like cheap shot at him. And I was like, God, Charlie, I don't remember any of that. Isn't that astounding that Charlie Sheen would remember anything? Boot scooting Bushman. Yo, baby, I'm on, what's a real country move is no belt. A real country man just wears his Lee jeans and no belt, but I'm going to wear a big ass belt buckle. I got this great belt buckle that it's a beer opener. So people can walk up to your belt buckle and pop open a beer. That's going to be huge. Yeah, it's her actual birthday tomorrow night too. It's not just the night we're celebrating. October 17th. The youngest one is 21. We've done 21st birthday parties for all of them, and this is it. You want to see someone said they want to see my hat. Styling? Yeah, I guess I'll wear it. You know what I mean? I might just geek out and do the whole thing. So had a beautiful dinner last night, guys. The no booze thing, I don't know, I'm sleeping like a bear. But I'm, and by the way, sat down with a great friend who's big agent here in Hollywood. He and his brother. And everybody had a athletic beer. The 2 of them were drinking the athletics. And I was like, what's going on? It's like, I don't know. It's like Wednesday, People are drinking less. And the booze industry is freaking out. You know who's really freaking out? The wine industry. Napa. You know why? Because one of the biggest buyers of Napa red wines and American red wines, Canada. And Canada's like, yeah, no, this tariff situation, not a chance. Like, well, we're not buying the wine. So the booze industry, all across the board's getting killed, but wine, that's what I learned last night. I forgot to, went out yesterday. I brought out my old Bronco, posted a photo. I have a 1970 Bronco. And when I got fired years ago, I took a little payout check and I walked away and I said, I'm going to buy one thing for myself. And so I got this guy and had him fix up a Bronco from scratch. I always wanted one. I said, okay, let's do this from scratch. And I forgot to send it to Steve, but look at that. Isn't that great? Look at that beauty. There's a happy man right there. Gorgeous day. It's been raining like crazy. So we took that old sucker out. It's got a wooden steering wheel. And out we went. The Bushman. There he is. Steve's got the photo. Look at that. We're rocking along, playing tunes,
Billy, you're a little, I like the look with the jacket and the glasses.
Yeah.
Not bad. Not bad.
I don't have a stylist anymore. We used to, in the big TV world, we had the great Nicole Alowitz. Boy, do we love Nicole. We should do, Steve, is a little series of bringing people back from the past of our career. You know what I mean? Like you and I were there together. So we have Nicole, our stylist, and tell stories about how, because it was remember when Richard Simmons had the meltdown?
Oh, Jesus, that's right.
When Richard locked himself into the wardrobe closet and he would not come out. The irony of Richard Simmons locked in a closet, first of all, is hysterical, and he won't come out because Howie Mandel is being mean to him. We got to find that footage, and I got to go in on Howie about that. He feels badly about it still, and I don't want to make him feel badly, but he was like, Richard, what is wrong with you? You're still wearing these dolphin shorts. You haven't evolved. And I was like, Howie, stop it. And Richard said, I'm leaving. And he stormed off and he went down into the wardrobe room and he closed the closet. And then live, I had to go to that door and I knock on the door. We're live. We go back from commercial. I have to reset, folks. Welcome back to Access Hollywood Live. This is an unprecedented situation. I'm standing outside of a closet right now, and in that closet is Richard Simmons. I'm not being cheeky. This is true. Everything I've said is factual. Howie has upset Richard, and now we're trying to get the show to go on. Richard, I'm not coming out. Richard, we have a show to do, and we're live. And if there's one thing I know about you, it's that you're a professional, and the show goes on. Pause. Is Howie still there? Yes, Howie's there, and he wants to apologize. I'm not coming out. And finally, I go with sunshine on my shoulder makes me happy. And I listen. And then Richard. Sunshine on my shoulder makes me cry. There's my guy. And the door opens up and out comes Richard and onto the set and Howie gives a shit apology and we move on. Why did I tell you that? Well, I basically told you that because somebody said wardrobe closet and Nicole Alowitz who was sitting there the whole time wondering what the hell that was. So if you missed Hot Mics yesterday, guys, holy mackerel. Did you see Noga? Maybe you saw it. Noga D'Angeli, this Israeli woman whose video went viral after the hostages were released. She's riding around Tel Aviv on her bicycle going, I love it. Oh my God, I hate that. I'm a liberal woman. I hate Donald Trump, but now I love Donald Trump. He's my man. I love you. And she's just crazy, the stuff she's saying. And it was just an incredible video of her, and I DM'd her and she came on, and it was awesome just to be right. I sort of felt like we were right in the middle of that jubilation yesterday. Thank you, Joy. That's a beautiful thing. Very beautiful. Very much beautiful. Okay, so we're going to talk about some other things. We've got all kinds of beautiful stuff to talk about. Rose, you are so correct. She did have amazing energy. It's the first thing I said to her. I said, I'm feeling this energy coming through the Zoom link here that is just overwhelming, off the charts. Yeah, God, wasn't Noga fabulous? Satin shorts. Oh my God, she did. She goes, Donald Trump, I don't know. I mean, before I want to grab you by the push. I said, stop it right there. What does that mean? And she said, push. It's Israeli for the pussy. I'm like, stop. You can't say that. Jesus Christ. Oh my God.
Billy, before she came on, her energy, like you said, like all of us in the control room, she was so excited and happy.
Oh, I know.
But happy
She
for
DM'd
life
me
of
last
what's
night. Like,
happened.
this was the best. I'm so excited. I'm like, this is why we do the journey, right? Yeah. So I'm trying to find, like, where is this raw joy that can I live with that? I want to live with like raw push.
Yes.
It's the best, guys. I think everybody has to go with push. Yeah, no. That's the new word right now. The P word that ends with the Y, it's not a great word. It's just a little, it's too much. Shouldn't have said it anyway. Push. I think is approachable. It's palatable. We can all live with it. Okay, so like I was saying, I'm wanting to live in there. We have a special guest. Don't bring her up yet, Steve. I got to talk about her. She's the great Jessica Perez Beebe. We love her. All right, she's in the chat. She's responsible for chasing Mildred away. I do have a theory about Mildred, but I'll wait till Jessica gets here to talk about her. But look, I mean, it's incredible. She told me she went on the journey. And then, you find out who this person is. And everybody has a story. Remember that guy, Steve Hartman from CBS Morning News? He used to do he'd open the yellow pages and he'd just first he'd go to a map, pick a town somewhere in some city. Then he'd go to the yellow pages, find somebody and say, that guy's got a story. That woman has a story. This woman, nosy, Rosie, Mrs. Mildred. Well, she could be back. You never know. Anyway, Jessica, a lifelong coach, entrepreneur, author, professional athlete, IFBB bikini bodybuilder. I knew we had something in common. Best-selling Amazon book, The North Star Method, How Vision Can Save You When Goals Fail You. She's a motivator. But you know what? With all that going on, she runs into some shit in her own life, just like everybody else. You down with JPB? Yeah, you know me. Where are you, girl?
Oh my gosh, what an intro.
Oh, I'm exhausted.
I'm over here laughing. Oh, good morning, Billy.
Hi, honey. How you doing?
I am feeling so
Where are you? On your spaceship? What's going on there?
This is just my wall. Isn't it cool?
Yeah. Good painting. Good work there.
I just got in from Oregon. I took a red eye back to Philadelphia. I'm in Wilmington, Delaware.
Yeah, so Steve, you split your time between Wilmington, Delaware, and Washington State? Is that right?
I used to, but we moved back a year ago. This is my hometown, so now we're back. We're settled. But I went to Oregon for my journey.
You went to Oregon for your journey. You were in Delaware, and you went to Oregon for your journey. Yes. I'm in LA, and I went to upstate New York for mine.
Wow.
We could have probably just switched and had shorter flights for each other.
Kidding.
So tell us, first of all, why did you go? What were you looking for?
Probably the same thing that most of us are looking for, something deeper. For me, during COVID, a lot of stuff came up. I had a couple family members pass away during the time when it was locked down. One that I was estranged from brought up a bunch of stuff. We couldn't have funerals. Things just started to get heavy. I went and started to see someone, and I was diagnosed with OCD and complex PTSD, so childhood stuff.
Sure.
So I started talk therapy, and kind of just like you said, we just got to a point where it's like there's nothing else you can do. And my therapist said to me, which was great. She said, we really can't talk this through anymore. There's stuff that's stuck
Bingo.
psychologically, subconsciously. Things get trapped in your body. I don't know if you've ever read the book, The Body Keeps the Score, which is a heavy book to read if anybody wants to read it.
Wow,
But
it does keep the score, right? You feel heavy, you feel tired. I mean, something is, the body's telling you.
yeah, and like everything that you were, reading about me coming in, it's like I've done all the mindset work. I've written
Yeah.
the best-selling book, on mindset. I've coached people on this. I mean, my mind is as strong as they get, and that can only get you so far. And so I was really good at getting over my stuff, but never going through it and processing it. And so life can be great, and it is, and it was, and I had all these accomplishments and a great family, husband, kids, all of that, and there were still these triggers that no matter what I did, whether it was the therapy, the mindset work, the leadership training, read all the books, I was still hitting a wall, and it all came up for me during those COVID years. I found myself drinking daily. I know you were talking about it.
Oh yeah.
And I just knew, shit, I've got to go and face this childhood stuff that I've been hiding from. And that's what I decided to do. I had been researching this, Billy, for like 4 or 5 months. And I woke up one day, I turned on morning mics, and you were sharing your journey.
Holy
said-
shit, the serendipity of that, right?
I said, that's a sign. And I booked the very next day. I said, that's a sign. If Billy did it, I'm going to do it. Cause I was nervous. I was on the fence.
But
And-
OCD, if you suffer from OCD, I mean, this is about relinquishing control. I mean, you're letting the journey take over and guide you. That must have been scary for you. Certainly was for me.
I was expecting the journey that you had, Billy, and it was not.
You were not pooping rainbows after the first one?
It was a very heavy.
That was number 2. I'm with my second journey, which I just did Saturday. I'm still recovering. I mean, it was like, okay, so tell me.
So I know I went in really not having any expectations, except I did kind of think it was going to be, like you said, all rainbows. And I remember at one point saying, and the facilitator, she's in the room with you, set up this beautiful room, cozy, everything. And the way they do it is they have it ground into the powder, and then you mix it with water, lemon, and honey, and then you start with a small dose, and in an hour later they see where you are. Well, we thought I was only going to have to take about a half a dose, but they have the whole thing there, which is like 5.5 grams or something like that.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. So she said, you're probably only going to have to take about 3. Well, what happened is once I took that second dose, we were another hour in, and I said, listen, I'm just seeing like little things, like nothing's really happening. So she said, just lay down. And my OCD kicked in. I thought my OCD was gone. Okay. Yeah. I really thought I had recovered from it, and it came like a vengeance, and my head would not stop. And she said, in certain cases with OCD, you have to take the whole thing. So they call it the hero dose. So I said, okay, I came here for the real deal. I did not come.
Hero dose. Wow. Wow. So, you are so ballsy and brave. Good for you.
Well, I was there for the work. It's like, so I took it, and within 15 minutes, boom. And it was dark. It was really dark. I was in a deep, deep journey for about 5.5 hours.
Yeah.
The first 3 hours, I sobbed uncontrollably before anything else. It was just all crying, just uncontrollable.
Connected to anything, or just?
I think it was a release. I I don't know, energetically, you know, and then it shifted to all of the dark stuff and just everything in my life just flashed. You know, it was like seeing your whole life from birth all the way
Ooh,
through. And I
yeah.
would say around the last maybe 10% is when things got light and my kids came in and my husband came in and all, but
Oh
I
my.
90% was work.
Okay. See, that's amazing because I resisted so much that I never got the light at the end on the second
You
round. I
resisted.
was fighting it so badly. I kind of just said, Uncle, Uncle, Uncle. And we never got over that hump. So that's like how deeply locked that shit was in there. And I know I'm like, do I have to go back for this? Well, I need some time, but you
Did
definitely
you
need some
take the
time.
full thing, Billy, or did you stop? Like, did they give you more of a
It was
dose?
the same thing where you take one dose and then an hour later or 45 minutes later, whatever it is, this, they two more capsules and then you go the first 2 hours the other way around. For me, the first two were like, be present, it's like
Mhm.
connections with your kids and always be more present. Stop looking at your phone when these like meant different people would come in um, there was, but then when it got to the, my part,
Mhm.
and it just took it, and I fought it. I fought it like crazy. So
Yeah, and well, and the mind is strong because that started to happen. My mind would, and I just said no. I said, take me, take me where you got to go. I knew it was going to be work. I had a lot of, sexual trauma. Witnessed a lot of horrific violence, things like that, and those things were just lodged in there. Like most of us, we,
so sorry.
we work so hard to get away from that. You don't want to deal with it. I resisted doing the EMDR therapy because I didn't want to, you
Yeah,
know,
I'm not following those lights.
right. Like, so, but yeah, I mean, it really is. There comes a choice in that journey, and that's what happened. Is you have a choice to surrender to it
Yeah.
or to fight it. And when I surrendered to it, I gotta say, I felt so in tune with that medicine. Like I'm in love with this medicine. And
Wow.
I'm starting the micro dosing.
Wow. Yeah, people do that for depression and stuff. They've found, and just that it's you got to do like 3 days on and then the day off, but yeah, I know a lot of people that do that.
There's a great
Better than SSRIs, I think. I mean, right?
no,
I mean, that's just synthetic, and yeah. I mean, it's all natural. So
and
it's like
the SSRIs, they just numb your symptoms, and
they
then
may help. Look, I want to say that if there's someone on them and it's helping you, god damn, it's a freaking grind out there. So whatever works for
tried
you,
it.
but this is definitely the research, the clinical trials.
The research is astounding. There's an interview out there like 7 months ago with Mayim Balik. Is that how you say her name? Blossom.
Yeah,
Yeah,
what?
she interviewed two doctors in this world, and 7 months ago, you can look it up, and it's all about the microdosing. I mean, do your research, Billy. You've been saying that to
I do.
everyone. Is do your research. There's so much research on this. I was blown away by how many people are doing this, and like you said, symptoms going away. Drinking less. People that have depression, that's going
This
away.
comment right here, Hey Joe, says many people live so much in the ego mind. That's exactly right. That it's hard to retrain your brain to not live in the ego mind. And I think where I got into that battle and where I fought and fought and fought this thing that I'm so scared of in there, I fought it. And that's the ego. The ego
Let's go
it's
back,
so
Billy.
strong. We've got to beat up that ego and get over him.
Are you going to do it?
Not for a while. I mean, but yes. I mean, I'm not walking away. We're not leaving on that note. The Bushman is a fighter, for the love of God.
Exactly.
We don't leave like that. But I do go into my corner. I catch my breath. I squeeze the water bottle. I towel off. They put the Vaseline on the marks, and then we get back in there.
Sherry's asking how it helps. This is why you want to do your research. What's phenomenal is it's something around the neuroplasty. It creates new
New neural pathways.
neural pathways.
If you look at two models, I can bring one out, like of what your brain normally has access to, you'll see a couple of connections at the brain. And then when in psilocybin, you're firing your brain, it's exercising your brain. When you do the research, you realize your brain is growing when you do this. You're not hurting it. There's no like, oh, I'm burning brain cells, dude, because I'm eating mushrooms. No, you're exercising it and it's expanding. That's what's amazing.
I feel
You have to do your own research.
Yes.
I'm not, I'm not, Jessica's not telling you, get out there and do this. It's going to save your life. No, you got to be ready for it, mentally prepared to explore these things. And that's going to require a little, consultation probably with those you love and somebody to say, yeah, this, let's do that.
And you want to do it in the context of a therapeutic setting and approach, right? So my facilitator, I had several prep sessions with, right? Like a huge intake. We met on Zoom for a couple of hours, several times, and then we have integration following. And so that's the important part. It's not, you're not doing this to go and have like just some random trip. This is about healing. I mean, I felt 1,000 pounds lighter, and I still do. And what happens with the psilocybin, from what I've been researching and what I've been told, is as the weeks go by, that's when you'll start to notice more things, right? Like you'll feel more changes and things will connect. Is that what you've experienced?
Oh, 100%. There's still sort of coming of, that picture I showed yesterday, this right here, this is the first day of like, woo, okay. I'm not going to lie to you people. Monday, Tuesday, I was white knuckling through everything. It was like, wow. But then, I think things start to become clearer to me more, that the issues in there, what they are, the habits. Certainly, I've handled everything the same way for the longest time, and that is, this feels uncomfortable. Run back to this relationship. This feels uncomfortable. Go to the club and drink a couple of martinis with the guys and run. And I'm over it. I'm fucking 54.
That's it.
Whoa.
It's all about growth.
It's right? Now or never. I mean, Jesus.
That's right. I'm turning 50 next year. And that's what I said to myself. I'm not going to go into the second half of my life with, these things that are keeping you from being, a 10. I don't want to just, hang around at 7, 8, or 9 even. And these are the things that keep us there, these unresolved.
So again, what you're gonna just let this sit for a while and figure out what's going on, and
one more because I could tell that I have a little more to do.
Yeah.
And I feel
not a lifelong companion for me.
No, and
it's a transitional thing into what someone said a second ago. If you let your conscious mind, your subconscious mind control your life, that's the problem. You've got to bring that to the forefront and kill that ego. I mean, for me, the ego has been running the show and helping me survive. And I like I said to a friend last night, the Billy Bushness of it all. I don't know. Like, who am I? I had my dad's playbook. I had all these other things and, ways to survive different, feelings and upbringings. And then I want to find this guy that's so in touch with everything. And I think someone's going to say something nice like, oh, believe me, you're already there. You're in. Yeah, I'm trying, but I'm telling you, we all carry heaviness.
And it's not for everyone, but the research is astounding for people who suffer with PTSD or complex PTSD and OCD. It's a big one. There's, therapy can only take you so far because a lot of what you're dealing with is in the subconscious. And that's what the psilocybin does. It removes the ego mind. And you can't have a bad trip. I saw someone, I spent 4 or 5 months researching this before I decided to do it. And then I found a place in Oregon where it's legal and they grow it there and it's all tested. I mean, it's a whole thing. I went to a medical facility. So, if you want to do it, there are ways that you can make sure that you're doing it safely,
Right.
responsibly.
If you if you watch the first thing to do is watch Michael Pollan's right, How to Change Your Mind on Netflix.
Yeah.
How to Change Your Mind by Michael Pollan, the great journalist, on Netflix. And you will see it all takes place in a medical facility in Johns Hopkins University and these different places where these studies are done. And these, people, there's a guy, oh my God, if you saw the doc, that guy, the young guy who had crippling OCD, could not hold his baby. The baby's going to die if I put it down. He's like, the guy can't even live. He can't even function. And yet somehow he finds this nice woman to marry him. And he's like a mess. And he goes in and he's so uncomfortable and he's just scared to relinquish. And he goes through the whole thing. This is just like not going to happen with everybody, but one journey, cured, OCD gone. He realized, I have a choice in these matters.
And Billy, remember how he described like becoming the seedling and then seeing it? It was so.
He saw himself just disappear into the universe and then into a seed and then explode. And he's like, I thought I died. I was gone. And then a little sapling came up and then a tree came up and it was like the new him. And he walked out of there and he's like, yeah, crippling OCD. I don't even have a little OCD. Don picked up his baby like this. And he's like, it's been 9 months. I'm clinically clear.
And that's huge. I had a similar experience where like I said, it was super heavy and dark and it was all focused on a house that I grew up in. And I had the experience in the journey where I melted that house. Like everything melted, everything around, I just dissipated all of it. I had to go through it and see it from all these angles. And it was really, really dark, but I had this power, kind of like he did, to rewrite that. And without me thinking it, this is just something that's like, you're not controlling this necessarily. It's just, you're watching it happen.
You try to control it. It's just that maybe that's what I was doing. Maybe I struggled because I was just wrestling like, no.
It's the type A. It's hard for us to let go.
Hey guys, look, we've got some viewer questions here I've been saving. I think this is a good time to jump.
Great.
Okay, here we go.
Hi, Steve.
Hey, Jessica.
Oh, look at cute Steve, Jessica. You love Steve.
Where's your daughter?
They just ran off to school.
They're incredible. He's got their little Sherpas. They come in and they're like, Daddy, here's your coffee. Daddy, here. I'm like, what the hell? Where's mine? My girl sent me a text. It's a Venmo request. That's what they send me.
Yeah, that's funny. Okay, so first question. Let me see if these come up here. Let's do this one here. Yeah. Oh, perfect. Does a journey healer tell you the specific strain of mushrooms? I thought that was
Mine did. Mine did, and she even is sending me all of this stuff. All the notes, all the details of it. Yes.
Outstanding.
Wow. Steve,
Okay.
I have to interrupt and say at the bottom of the screen.
Baxty.
That's one of our old great producers from Access Hollywood days and one of our great friends, Matt Baxt. And that is not how he looks. That is not, but he likes pictures like that. Hi, Matt.
He's one of the great human beings on this.
And by the way, telling us that Michael Pollan of How to Change Your Mind, a Syosset, New York legend, along a Strong Island guy. Love to hear that.
I love it. Love it. Love it. I'm going to give us another question. Here we go. Oh, what just happened?
I just had to put up Joy saying hello to Matt. I thought it would be nice that Matt had somebody he never met or never knew, just saying hi to him.
Yeah, fair enough. Here we go. I've never done, I think this is interesting for people that have done mushrooms. I'm going to jump on Sherry's question here. And Billy, of all the times I've listened to you talk about this for 3 weeks, I don't think I've asked this. Like, is it anything like, you do shrooms when you're a kid or a concert or just doing mushrooms? Is it anything like that? To jump on Sherry's question.
Well, I say no because we've all had a little bit of mushrooms at a concert. I mean, I ate a little bit seeing the Rolling Stones not long ago, but always just a teeny bit to not get over not the hero's journey. What we did, and I remember Elon said that to me, my facilitator said, it's the hero's journey where if you want to watch another great documentary on the hero's journey, this is Joseph Campbell, talked about the hero's journey. And that is an unbelievable documentary. I will share it. I'll get the link. It's about 50 minutes long. It's not a big investment, but we're all on the hero's journey in life. There's a dragon somewhere that you got to slay, right? Is it in you? Is it within you? Somewhere in there, you got to go out. You got to find it. You got to explore what that thing is. And I think it lives in the subconscious, and get it out. It's scary shit to go and do it. I will say that for sure.
Yeah, I would say no, it's not. And I asked that question too. I had that same question. And also, you remember when you're getting things off the street, so to speak, you don't know what you're getting. And they grow these specific strains, and like Billy said, with this intention for medicinal purposes. And like Billy said, you're taking such an amount that you would skip past any of that, high trippy stuff from what I know, and from what my facilitator explained to me.
And here's the last. Well done. And here's the last one for you, Jessica. And here we go. Did you have to leave when the treatment was over, or do you get to spend the night to recover?
No, but I did stay for a good hour or so, and I was staying at a hotel very close. I could have walked, but my facilitator actually picked me up and took me back there. So I was there probably from about 9 a.m. to about 7 o'clock at night.
Yeah. They brought me a tray of food, little crackers and little things afterwards, and like, here. And you come out and you're like, okay, I'll eat a little something because I haven't eaten in so long.
You're exhausted when you come out.
You're like this. And this last one, I was like, the first journey, I lifted the mask and I said, I think you saved my life. And he was like, wow, that's so wonderful. Because everything, when I say pooping rainbows, I'm talking 10 out of 10. It was a journey through my dad, and we had reconciliation. And I told him, I got this from here. I don't need your, heavy morals leaning over me. I have good morals. I'm a good person. Oh, my mom, my daughters. Oh my God, my ex-wife, the woman, the girl, every woman I've ever loved or currently love or trying to love, whatever it is, everything was perfect. And I was like, this is amazing. But something told me that might be a preview of where life can be. I think I saw the end. And then the second journey was, now let's get
you need it first so that you could go back.
I needed that to entice me. That's why they call them magic mushrooms. They're freaking magic. They know what you need. Mm-hmm. I needed to see the end, because if they started where you started, you're a stronger person than me. If I started there, I'd be like, cartoon takeoff.
Yeah.
But I saw the end and I was like, now they know that, but they know the magic mushrooms know that I am a fighter. I'm going back in there. No way. We're going to get there.
I know. I mean, I heard your journey and I was like, okay, I'm booking it. I've been thinking about this forever. And then I'm there and I'm like, where's my rainbow?
I want to poop rainbows right now.
That's why I got to do it again. Because mine is coming. Yeah, I think mine went the other way.
Oh, yeah, I know. So the guy that sent me, this guy, Adam, he's like a very, successful, wealthy investor, business, I mean, he told me about it on a chartered plane by him. And he was like, I'm telling you, I've done 20 journeys and I don't drink and I don't smoke and the whole thing. And this is, after this thing, I texted him and I said, hey man, first journey was like pooping rainbow. Second journey, whoa man, I got into some areas that I don't know about. And he's like, me too. I went, oh great, call me. And he's like, this is exactly what happened to me. Beautiful, number one. Number two, wow, stuff I didn't realize that I had to get out. And I think what you said earlier is there is no bad trip. I said to I said to Elon, I said, is there a chance that I just had a bad spin at the roulette wheel? And he said, absolutely not. It's not possible. You can't overdose. You can't, it's impossible to, this is what you needed. And you keep exploring. And I'm like, oh my God, he's so right.
This is the earth's gift, the earth's medicine.
Yeah.
And
right. For those, because I had a religious problem. Like, I go to church every Sunday and the whole thing. And I'm like, I texted my pastor and I'm like, hey, I did a psilocybin journey. Is God mad at me? And he's like, I'm like, it does grow out of the ground, Chad. Chad, it grows out of the ground. God put it there. I mean, he's like, yeah. Another friend said, well, God put the apple in the tree too, And
better for you than the wine, right?
Oh God, the wine. Yeah, that's a real friend. It's a great friend when we're on the other side, by the way. I can't wait to have be pooping rainbows on a regular basis without the help of anything, and be clear as can be, and have a wonderful glass of wine with my the person that you love, and your kids are around. I can't wait for all that. We'll get there. Jessica, you are unbelievable. Tell us quickly about the bikini modeling. Now, you're a bodybuilder in bikini. You're like that jacked?
Well, I can get pretty jacked, but not like the female bodybuilders that you see, that are, super big. No, there's a division that is very more feminine, but definitely muscular. If anybody has watched bodybuilding competitions.
Yeah.
So I started doing that in my spare time in my late 30s, and I became a pro at 43. And I've taken off the last 3-4 years, and I actually took off this year from work, kind of like a sabbatical to work on my healing. And next year, when I turn 50, I think I'm going to step on stage again for the last time.
Wow.
So I've got a lot of work to do to get there. But
I love it. Get there, girl. You go. Wow.
Are you going to do one? Oh, thanks for putting up my book.
Guys, Jessica's an author. How Vision Can Save You When Goals Fail You. The North Star Method. I feel like you are. You're a bit of a North Star this morning, my love.
Oh, I appreciate that. I'm going to be doing the audio version of that this month. Billy, you should get in your Zaddy shorts and train for. I can train you for a amateur competition. Don't you guys think you should do it? Amateur competition. I can compete in the 55.
Welcome to the stage, an aspiring little builder from, he's a middle-aged man. He's coming to this late in his life, 54 years old, out of Encino, California. Please welcome to the stage. Oh my God. Is that who I think it is? Holy Jesus, those shorts are tiny.
You won't believe it. You won't believe the transformation.
He packs a lot into that stout frame.
Wow. It's spilling out everywhere. My God.
Your calves. You already got the calves.
I do. The calves are beastly.
Everything else.
I don't know if you're a bodybuilder, Jessica, but I always say the calves, you can't work them out. The calves, you can try and work them out. You can do your calf raises and stuff, but that's a muscle. You either got them or you don't.
The hardest muscles, and I naturally have them too. I don't train them. I don't train mine. Yeah. But people are envious
of all the things God could have given me. Of all the things that God could give me that are big and strong, He gave me calves. I asked for something else, but I got calves. Hey, Jessica, you are the greatest. We love you.
Thank you so much, Billy. This has been fun. Love your show. Love our community. And and Mildred, I promise I didn't chase Mildred away.
Well, you can change if you want. You are now head of security here with that incredible physique.
Right.
And by the way, you look like him. If we made a movie, you would be the head of security, because this room with the white top and the thing and the black room right there, I feel like you have like 17 monitors watching everybody around here. Just remember, we're guarded
here in this room.
I love that. Joy says, thank you for sharing, Jessica. We all,
guys.
Joy's like, she's like a den mother. You know what I mean? She's like the den mother.
Joy. I love this community.
Yeah.
Mama Roll, Joy, all of you. And of course, our Billy Bush.
Thank you, my love.
Billy,
We'll be ever constant touch.
Passed.
Huh?
You've got to get on the legislation. We need your voice for the
Oh no, for sure. I've got a great friend of mine arriving to stay with me tonight who is it's just so turns out we've had this conversation, but he is a very big government lobbyist. And he has done some great causes, and he is wide open to, knocking some senatorial heads together to see what we can do for people. That's for sure.
Thank you, Billy.
Love you so much. You were huge. Very bigly today. Very bigly. We love
Appreciate you guys.
See ya.
Bye.
Now the part where we talk behind someone's back. Isn't she lovely? Isn't she lovely?
That was awesome, Billy. That was really interesting. And it's also we've heard your perspective, but to get someone else's perspective on the cybocillin is just interesting to hear two people talk about it.
You just said it backwards. That was cute. Cybocillin, you said.
Yeah. Or you should see me try to spell it, Billy.
Yeah. I mean, I had so many other things I was going to get to, but I just was so into that. It's just like someone's experience. Like, isn't it amazing? Like life, just what a weird, like a road. It just takes you to these places. Like, I mean, JPB, she's our friend. Everything that's happened to her, we care about. It's fantastic. Yeah, I was going to talk about J-Lo, like in her terrible movie. And like, I feel like that's like cheap now. Nobody wants to hear that they had a $34 million budget and it only made $840,000 like an opening weekend. Like, I mean, do you really want to hear that, Steve, at this point? I can tell you this. Everyone thinks Ben Affleck lost all because he produced it with Matt Damon and their company. Ben, genius. He got another investor a long year ago, whatever it was, to come in and take over the whole thing. So Ben didn't lose a thing. Oh, God. He's lost enough. I mean, they had the divorce and the whole thing. I always thought that J-Lo would have like more money than Ben, but Ben has made a buttload. Did you ever meet J-Lo? Oh, my God. Jessica, we could have had this while you were here. Yes. Not only did I meet J-Lo, I started her Twitter account. Back when Twitter was just coming out, I had this interview with J-Lo at the AMAs. She was hosting. And she and I had an interview. And we're sitting there and I'm like, oh my God. So, do you have Twitter? And she's like, because it was new. And she's like, no. We went on together. She and I on camera went on together and registered the name J-Lo. Like, imagine trying to get J-Lo today. J-Lo was available. Steve, that was that was so crazy. That's how long I've been around.
Well, I thought you were going to tell the other J-Lo story, but I don't even remember if we've told the J-Lo story here. So at this point.
About her butt?
The butt.
Yeah.
You talk about the butt.
I interviewed her years ago, Made in Manhattan, that movie. And I said, J-Lo, everybody talks about your butt. And she goes, excuse me? And I go, yeah, everybody talks about your butt. I just want to know, how do you feel about it? Like, is this a thing? Like my calves. I love my calves. Do you love your butt as much as other people seem to? And she goes, you did not ask me that. And I'm like, wait a minute, do not act outraged, woman. You are sitting on the center of a screen, shaking that thing like, I mean, please. Center stage. I mean, the attack of the butt. So, yeah, I held in there. And you could see that I think she was playing the role of outrage because I think she frankly loved it. Loved it. Have I met Jennifer Garner? Yeah, of course. Super nice woman. But a long time ago, like Felicity days, like way back in the day, I think. I really like her. Jesus. Yeah, hold on. She does it, the woo, and the cheeks just go, you know what I'm saying? A lot of vibration right there. A lot of the cheeks slapping together like screen doors in a hurricane. Jennifer Garner, JPB, right? Are we down with JPB or what? Yeah. In the fam. The other thing is, okay, who's this? Oh God, we have to talk about this. Because the weekend is coming up. Okay, we all live in different places around the country, but we have a woman running for governor of California now, Katie Porter. She was a congresswoman in Orange County. Many of you know what I'm talking about here. She was a congresswoman, but then she ran for Senate. She lost that race, and now she wants to be governor. These politicians, sometimes when they've decided this is their path, like, okay, I got that. Now there's three things. You're the senator, congressman, governor. She's going for governor. She is a wackadoo. If there's ever been a wackadoo, this one needs a psilocybin joint. She is so controlled by her ego. Like, we're going to now, the state of California is going to be holding on for dear life while this woman's ego just runs rampant in Sacramento in the state capitol. She is a raw bully. Like, something happened in her childhood. She is acting out, and you wouldn't believe it. Katie Porter is nuts. She did this interview with this local journalist, and she didn't like the way the questioning was going. How are you going to win Republican votes? And she says, well, I don't think I have to. I've got to win my Democrat. Well, the people that didn't vote, that voted for Donald Trump, you're going to want to get some of their votes. How do you do it? She is, I don't think I'm liking this interview. What did you think they were going to do with the footage? They're going to show who you are. Anyway, then they find an old video of her. This is my favorite. An old video of her doing a Zoom with Jennifer Granholm, and one of her assistants is walking around in the background. And Katie just goes full Bill O'Reilly, full Casey Kasem, just loses it. Steve, hit us.
Pollution and other problems, and the state could lose. Get out of my shot.
Get out of my shot. I mean, the anger. Ooh.
And other problems.
I mean,
and the state could lose. Get out of
you
my
bleeped it.
shot.
Thank you. It was just too aggressive. Wow. And she's just in, get out of my fucking shot. I mean, there was reports like Amy Klobuchar, the senator, is kind of like that, I have to say, like, that comes from an insecurity place. That comes from like control place. That's ego place. This woman, I think she needs to commit. We got to get Katie Porter on, and I'm going to make her commit to the psilocybin journey before we can even consider voting for her. But anyway, she attempted to give an apology, and let's see, you got to give, she's like, someone said to her, Katie, our campaign is totally screwed. You have to give an apology for that. And she's like, yeah, okay. And her ego was like, I don't want to give an apology. I don't want to do it. I don't want to. Got to do it. Okay. And can you try and be sincere? And here's what came out.
Look at those videos. I want people to know that I understand that I could have handled things better. I think I'm known as someone who's able to handle tough questions, who's willing to answer questions. And I want people to know that I really value the incredible work that my staff can do. I think people who know me know I can be tough, but I need to do a better job expressing appreciation for the amazing work that my team does.
I mean, are you reading a statement? That is the most insincere thing. That is so pissed off that she has to do that. She's so pissed off that she has to say sorry to these little miscreants that work for me. I just want to go in there. I want to go in there and bully him. Man, when Katie Porter walks in the office, they go, oh God, oh God, oh God. Hi, good morning, Congresswoman. Ew, don't want to be that. Anyway, I really want to get a hold of her. I'm dying to interview her. Katie, have you ever thought about releasing the inner ego that seems to be running rampant in your... Who is this Billy? Who is this Billy Bush guy? Where does he come from? Anywho, I just obsessed with this woman. She's just so entertaining. It's unbelievable. The guy that needs to run for governor, you've all heard of him, and he's a Democrat. But I like to think a little bit of a, he's a sheep in wolf's clothing. I don't know. I think he's very moderate. But Democrats rule the roost here in California, and this guy's the best, and he's Rick Caruso, who should be the mayor of Los Angeles, but he lost to Karen Bass. Somehow, some way, people just doing the same thing over and over again, and boy, did she screw up. And anyway, we're waiting for Rick to announce that he's going to run for governor. If he does, I think he will win. I think he will definitely win. Now that Katie Porter's out, who was the front runner, she's toast. Caruso would be phenomenal. And a Democrat. So, the Bushman votes purple. I vote blue. I vote red, probably mostly red. I don't know, but, like this guy who's running for governor of Maine, Jonathan Bush. I've learned a little bit about him. He's a moderate Republican. Very smart guy. I'll vote for him. And then the moderate Democrat. Moderate is what I want. Radical moderation. How about that? Purple. Radical moderates. That's what I am. Yeah. Okay. I was going to do a little, my other obsession, Meghan Markle. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, Steve. I'm going to do it. Meghan Markle. Please stop giving her awards about most powerful women. First of all, I love you women so much. This chat is 98% women. And I love women. I'm a father of 3 girls. I love women. But if you counted up how many powerful women luncheons there are in Hollywood every day, imagine one. I used to laugh and be like, I'm going to launch the powerful men's luncheon and just watch the boycott outside. It'd just be so hysterical. Fuck you and your power. Anyway, the powerful women, like Meghan Markle keeps going. You're not a powerful woman. You married a guy. You got the Bush is powerful. Maybe you got the guy to leave his family. You got him to leave the royal family. There's power in there, but this is too much. I can't remember is it Fortune magazine or something that's fawning over her now? Listen to this. Speaking of sincerity.
I used to teach gift wrapping at Paper Source and advanced gift wrapping. So, all of those things that you do as an auditioning actor, that's not the full circle I was expecting, but here we are.
Yeah, you had a lot of odd jobs. Froyo was another one.
Oh, yeah. Humphrey Yogurt, that was my first job. And, when I used to do calligraphy, I used to do it for so many celebrity weddings and for hotels. And that was in between auditions. And at the time, I don't know why I didn't think to just buy a glove, but you don't want the natural oils from your hands to get on the beautiful paper. So I would just put a white tube sock on my hand. Write all these very fancy cards
then
for people.
I became powerful.
Amazing. Well, a long way from the white tube socks on your hands.
When I was
True.
just an actress auditioning.
I was just an actress auditioning, and now I'm a major entrepreneur.
No, you're not an entrepreneur. The show is terrible. It's canceled. It's not happening again. You didn't get a second season. You shot one long season and cut it in half. Please be authentic, and I will be the first to embrace you. And just be you, not this version you're forcing down people's throats. Authenticity, that's it. That's all we can do. Oh my God, a $14.5 million Montecito mansion. Oh my God, I want one of those. No, I don't. I like where I am. Hey, we've been going an hour. I'm going to go. I have to get right now. I got to go down and get my physical. My medical doctor, Dr. Schroeder. We love Schroeder. He's a great dude. I got to go down and get my blood taken. I got to get, they're going to do that big test that tests for all kinds of forms of things that might be there you don't want to talk about. I got to go do the whole kit and caboodle. Even the Moon River. Woo, 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 woo. One of those. We'll see what happens. Steve, you okay?
I'm good, Billy.
You good?
Yeah. I was thinking that
Are you wearing pants right now? Something tells me.
I definitely have a chance.
Is
You
there a
probably
chance?
seen me run back and forth 3 times.
Okay. You look guilty.
No. I was just thinking how interesting the show was. I was really interested to hear 2 of you talk about the journey.
Isn't it interesting? Yeah. But step at a time. You do your own research. I gotta tell you, it's a beautiful weekend. Sally is here, and Joy and I are gonna go hiking in Malibu. We're gonna have a wonderful time. It's gonna be great. Billy Bush wants my job. He does. He's always here. Ta-ta. Have a great weekend.
Dee